It is the Fantasy Rugby Yanks. My name is Jared Dyke. I wanted to say it's stupid and let's move on, but then you kept going.
I'm Ben Glauser. I don't like the way anybody handled that.
Collusion. Hey everybody, welcome back. It is the Fantasy Rugby Yanks. My name is Jared Dyke.
I'm Ben Glauser.
Let's go. It's fantasy time. I'm going to partake in number 2.
I know you partake in number 2.
Who does number 2 work for? Anywho, yes, it's fantasy rugby time. Let's look at the newest one that we just picked up this for the year so far is Autumn Nations. Let's check. I just want to check our league first.
It's the people you would expect to be in first and second. With
nobody asked you.
Cobus.
Nobody asked you. It is Cobus. It's Justin.
I'm not sure who Laws and Order is.
Yeah, who is Laws and Order? Show yourself. Show yourself. Because it's not even Froudy. Like, we know who Froudy is. Froudy didn't even do a team this year. Laura B, I don't know who you are, but welcome.
Right. I don't know who Stupid Sexy
Sexton.
Sexton is, but that's hilarious. I like you.
Identify yourself. Johnny. Yep. Nice. But yeah, welcome to everybody that's in here. I am trailing you and George, so now I feel like an asshole. I was also dumb and fucking left Will Jordan in my lineup. I had picked him just throwing a lineup together for fun, and I did not change that because I was a moron.
Yeah, and
so
Colby's yellow fucked me over, and
yeah, that was unhelpful as well.
Right.
Although I changed him out, but stupidly for fucking Hog. That didn't do it.
No, it's not helpful.
But in the meantime, so top performers, Taylor, Owens, Montoya at the hook. Francis Fagerson bye at prop. Don't know where the hell Thomas Francis came from, but okay. For the locks, Canoni and Etzebeth. I'm not too surprised about. Also,
where do you see this?
It's over on so if you go to player stats.
Player stats. Aha.
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And then back row, Savea, McFarland. Woohoo.
Well,
I had him. I had both of them actually. Tipperick, Papali'i, Aldrit. I had Aldrit.
I had Savea for the briefest of moments, and then
Artie is my dude.
Yeah.
Artie is my dude. Aaron Smith leads it for the halfbacks, Varney and Dupont. After that, Garbisi was definitely not one a lot of people had on their bingo board, but you led it for 10s. And Skim and Foley because they just kicked the shit out of the ball. And Tommaso Allen was actually an honorable mention in there as well. So pretty good that both of them were in there for their country. Sutani from Samoa and Ioane Paiala. So two Samoan centers in there. Pretty good. And then your guy Brex after them in the centers. Pretty good. And then in the back 3, Monty Ioane. Thank God we still have him. Jordy Barrett, Peno, Buffelli. I had Buffelli.
I had Buffelli as well.
Yeah. Ramos and Coca were the big ones there. And let's look at what the fixtures look like. Hold on. Get back here. This week. So the fixtures are interesting. Japan comes in. We don't necessarily know what to expect with that.
Right. Because they could still be playing boring, not attacking rugby.
Mm-hmm.
Which is what, but you want to attack Japan.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll see.
I agree. Yeah, you do. Wales, Argentina. That should be interesting to see what comes out of that. I bet you.
I think Argentina are going to run.
I might pick a few Argies out of that match.
Yeah, I would.
Italy, Australia, probably going to grab a couple Australians out of that team, that game, and maybe an Italian or two. Who knows? Depending on which Australia shows up. Scotland, New Zealand. I'll definitely be grabbing a couple of Kiwis.
Artie's coming back in the team. I don't know why.
Yeah.
I got rid of him because I wanted Brad Weber because I thought he would go off as a reserve. I thought he was going to do. I thought
Gotcha. Yeah.
I thought he was going to do what Aaron Smith did, and I was all excited about that, and I was wrong.
You were on the right track. You just picked the wrong 9. Also,
yeah, exactly.
that wouldn't have done you a whole lot of good as a super sub, obviously.
Exactly.
But
yeah,
that's all right. So very, very, yeah. It sucks that this is only 2 weeks, but it is what it is. We run with it anyway, or 3 weeks, excuse me. So we will have a one more week after this, but just kind of take your best guess. Really, look at the matchups and
exactly.
You can find some good ones because Ireland will probably name a not full strength team, so you might be able to pick some good ones out of that, assuming that they go back to the attacking rugby, which we saw them do.
Right, and I think they will, just because it's Fiji. You're gonna have to put up points.
Right, I agree.
Just to make sure you're out of shouting distance, because they could, you could be thinking we're 15 up on them with 20 minutes left, we'll be all right. No, you're not all right. Like,
yeah, they could score a 50-meter try without you thinking about it.
Right. So it's going to have to be attacking, because you're going to have to put up your own points.
Generally speaking, just pay attention.
Mm-hmm.
Just pay attention.
But like Argentina, I would go for Argentinians. I think, yeah, and
Felly's a sneaky one in there, as long as he's playing.
Right. And then France, South Africa. That's another toss up. Who knows?
I think Etzebeth is probably the one nailed down guy you can go with, because he's just such a he's he's obviously one of the best second rows in the world, and he just seems to always do it one way or the other, especially with the vast number of ways you can score in this format. It probably does you good to just say bite the bullet and pay for Etzebeth and live with the rest, So that's just my thought, at least. And we got Champi-Yanks League. Hooray! Yeah, the dark days in the Champi-Yanks League.
Oh, it's rough.
With some really rough scores. Division 1, Duncan beat Carrick. Our resident whipping boy George was put to the sword. I put 100 on the poor guy. Didn't need all of it by any means.
No, it was the highest point scorer of the comp versus the second
lowest
from the bottom. Yeah.
Ouch. The Mark put a good number up too. He beat Justin, and then Ben, you were able to beat Cobus. There's Cobus for you.
Pillow fight. Oh
yeah, 44-32.
I'm embarrassed to be a part of that. Cobus, we don't even need. We will never speak of this again.
We will never speak of it again. Let's see what's going on for this week. We have. So you have Mark. I've got fucking Duncan. I just had him in Keepers League. God damn it. And then George and Carrick, and then Justin and Cobus. Well, stuff is Division 2.
Mark has Malins. Couldn't Eddie have just kept him? God damn it.
I mean, would have made sense, but hey, we know Eddie doesn't do things that make sense.
Right.
Let's see. All right, so Division 2. Alex won again. He beat Larry.
Hey.
Way to go, Alex. All right. Coming back. We have Luke and Terry. Luke beat Terry, unfortunately. Sorry, Terry. Then we have man. Sophia won, but who's that? Is that John? Times a dozen. Yeah, that's not good. 12 points.
Oh.
Yeah, that's John. That's why you're in last, big guy. I like you and all, but that's why you're in last.
Yeah. That happens.
Yeah, Stuart.
What happened with it? Oh, you don't have. Did Sophia send you the lineups?
Yeah. I can tell you in a second, right here.
What happened there? Was that just dumb luck? Or...
Well, I think he had some bad luck in lineups because he only had 2 players.
Ugh.
DDP and Sari's front row.
Oh, come on, man. There's others. There's got to be.
So maybe he was asleep at the wheel. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe. Or right. Or he just got really unlucky with the waivers.
With that product. That's annoying. So Stuart beat Franco as well. So that leaves us with we have Stuart at the top at 7-2 in Conference 1. Sophia's right behind him. Franco at 5-4, and then John is holding at the bottom of that one. Right now, it's still only one person coming from Conference 2 that gets into the knockouts, and now it's Alex. He's
Hmm.
evened up the records. He's 4-5. Terry is, and so is Larry. And then Luke is at 3-6. So good on Alex for just
Hmm.
keeping at it, man. Just you can't quit. And I had a crap start to the year too, and I'm only one
Right.
game back, so lots of time. Although,
It can happen. Yeah.
yeah, lots and lots of time. All right, we have start sit.
We do. Oh yeah. Start sit. I think.
All
Do
right.
I go first
No,
again?
I have the Friday game. I have Bath
Okay.
Leicester.
Ah.
So Bath and Leicester. All right. So we'll do it kind of similar to the way we've been doing it the last few weeks. So for Bath, start with them. War Boys, yes. Any of their halfbacks, leave them.
Hmm.
Front row, thumbs up. Loose forwards. Ferguson Warner is actually probably ahead of a lot of them not named Miles Reed,
Hmm.
and that's it. The rest of them are you're taking a flyer at that point. Godspeed. Jomo and Lawrence are the only mids I want. Lawrence being high up there, obviously.
Hmm.
He's not gonna be as high as he was last week for me, but he'll be up there. And then for the wingers, Matt Gallagher's it. Everybody else, meh. Whole lot of meh right now for me. If we see Glanville return, maybe, but yeah, outside backs for Bath, there's not a whole lot to love there. So if you're forced to pick up anybody not named Matt Gallagher,
Hmm.
good luck.
Yeah.
For the Tigers, finally back. Finally,
Finally.
the Tigers come back. If Atkinson's at 10, yes. Freddie Burns probably is okay this match because it's Bath and Bath have been a little leaky.
Hmm.
No 9 that they have is worth a damn, so pass. Locks, George Martin's probably it. He's actually putting up an
Yeah.
okay number as a lock, so give that a thumbs up. Liebenberg, probably the best loose forward because he'll probably go back to number 8.
Hmm.
And then front rows, it's more playable than others, so yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's not the worst one.
Right. Midfielders, you spoke about Guy Porter earlier. He's probably good to go. Don't like old man Jimmy. Phil Coca, maybe. Maybe Dan Kelly, maybe Matt Scott, but I don't love any of those. The one I like the most is Guy Porter, so
Hmm.
thumbs up to him.
I'm excited about a Guy Porter versus Ollie Lawrence matchup.
Mm,
That could be fun.
that could be fun.
That could be tasty. I would. That's worth the price of admission right there.
OBs, as long as Nadal is still around, he's probably all right. Ashy, maybe Potter, maybe because this defense is fairly leaky. So,
well, what do you think
I
about
really want to
Watson?
say Watson, yes, but I'm
Yeah,
really hesitant right now. So
yeah, because he's not been good.
improve it to me. He's improve it territory. So
He really is.
yeah, there's that.
I wanted to put him as start of the week. He was like, right, but then it's like I can't recommend him because he's
Not been good. No.
Yeah, inconsistent.
At best.
Right. And I don't. Yeah, like he's more likely to bomb out than do well. So he's like,
Yep.
I'm rooting for him because it's always cool when you play against your old mates, but I don't know that he's that guy anymore.
Not sure that's gonna do it there.
Mm-hmm. All right, off to Gloucester and Newcastle, which will be a real slugfest.
Mm-hmm.
That'll be exciting to watch.
Hopefully Gloucester's better this week. At least they're not
Right.
getting on us.
They'll have they have an opponent that won't like. I mean, we all know how Sale can do. They'll just dick you to death, and that's kind of what they did to Gloucester. Newcastle can't really do that, so they can't slow the game down. They can't drag it down. They can't. And the weather didn't help, but still, Sale are just naturally good at that. Newcastle aren't. So I'm going back to this kind of more hopeful approach with Gloucester. The front row is always a go. Freddie Clark is always, he's always a danger to do something awesome like he even did last week. Ackerman, yes, this week. Chapman, hopefully. I think again he's going to have a little bit more space to operate, and could go for a dart. And then Jack Reeves. I think those Newcastle centers could open up some. He's a try scorer, so you haven't seen it so much at the Prem level, but he's been awesome in the Prem Cup. And Newcastle's centers are pretty much Prem Cup centers, so he could do well here. And then Moyle could again be decent in a pinch. You mentioned him a little bit ago. Oh no, you didn't. He was another guy who actually he scored over 10, so he's a guy who could do again this week.
This
for
week
Newcastle,
could,
yeah, the front row. I mentioned him earlier in the other pod, but Brett Connon is a potential go this week just because of the opponent. He could score pretty decently, and you're going to need a 10. So don't. This is a week where I wouldn't shy away from him. Pick him up like he's a normal 10 that you would play. Penny is also a potential play here, and then the rest is kind of lineup dependent. Radwan. I'm not going to whatever.
Yeah,
didn't have to mention him.
Don't need to go there.
Right.
All right. Exeter and the Exiles. So let's start with the 10 shirt. Joe Simmons, if he's in, he's an absolute go.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to be another high one for me this week. Leave the dickhead at home. No good.
Mm-hmm.
Exeter front row, yes. London Irish front row, yes. Halfbacks. None of them in this game, honestly. Like Englefield didn't do enough for me to open my eyes. If it's Joe Powell, good luck. And then the Exeter halfbacks are trash. Locks, nah, leave them. Loose forwards, Exeter, no, no. Let's Capstick's back. That's about it.
Yeah, no.
Maybe Tuima if he gets a run. For
Doubtful.
The Exiles, Basham, maybe Rogerson.
Mm-hmm.
I think Pearson got sent back, right? So
yeah, he did.
Him as well. So yeah, that might actually make a big difference in this match. We'll see.
Right.
Midfielders, unless Hendrickson or Devoto come back for Exeter, leave them. Don't want anything to do with them. And then Will Joseph's has been released. Yes.
I think so.
Okay, so that potentially is both London Irish midfielders. So thumbs up for them. And then OBs, Woodburn if he's healthy, yes. Hodge, yes. And then we'll see. Maybe Dan John if he's back at that wing again. Didn't look too bad. Found space. So give him credit where credit's due. For the Exiles, Hassel Collins, Loader, yes. Parton, maybe. I don't love Stokes though, so that's the one spot I'm kind of.
I don't know what happened to those. Parton and Stokes used to be like, I remember them from certainly on TRM being like monsters, and then try scorers when they played, and they just it's all just dried up.
Yeah, and if we see the return of Kyle Rowe, I don't know if he's been away or if he's just not with the team anymore or what, but
yeah, I don't know.
He's a potential one to keep your eyes out for as well.
Yeah. And a reminder, Curtis Rohn is no longer with the team still.
Yeah, please remember
that's not changing. He may look tempting with all those points sitting there on the waiver wire.
He went home, man. He ain't around no more. Duhan did the same.
Right. There's plenty. There's a lot on there. Like Dan Bigger's gone. Like there's so many on the waiver wire. You just got to be,
Yeah, you got to be mindful. It's like, wait, why am I dropping this guy? I forgot it's not here anymore.
Right. All right. Last off to StoneX for. All right, you're done.
Oh yeah.
Cool. All right, let's continue where I left off. Off to StoneX for Saracens hosting Saints, which is likely the game of the week, just for its magnitude and the two teams that are just going to go at it. It'll be great. With some high level, even without their, some of their internationals. For the Saracens, their front row and Earl are really the only sure bets in the pack. Tizard has not been the playmaker he was with Quins. No. He's also, still young and he's working his way into the system.
He's learning, so
he's not quite comfortable enough to throw some of the passes he was throwing at Quins. Quite yet. So it's not quite there yet. And then I'm not sure what else they're gonna show. Christie's not a guy who's a fantasy monster, so and neither is Ray. So
no.
But the back line should put up some points because Northampton are leaky in the best of times.
Right.
On the Saints end, it's kind of similar. Maybe Augustus is the only forward I'd want from Saints this match. It's just
hopefully
Terry's just crushed teams and in the forwards as far as points. They just stomp it out of you. They don't you get a lot of points from line breaks and missed tackles, and Sarahs just generally don't do that. So Augustus might get some if he's playing. So that I'm not sure I'd start any of the other forwards from Saints. The back's another story. Mitchell on out, like any one of them could go over from and also from distance, because that's how Northampton do. So start any of them, and it's kind of like you're playing the lottery. You're kind of hoping your guy hits big.
Absolutely. And so everyone can hit
one of them will. I mean, it's not going to be a shutout, obviously. So one of them's going to skid over. Maybe one of them might get over twice, but yeah. You kind of want to, back yourself on that.
Yeah, no joke.
It's better. Yeah, it's better than like Newcastle backliner.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah,
where you're like, that's
oh god, gross.
Right.
Gross.
That's more like playing the lottery, because you're not going to win, but you're just doing it anyway for
funsies.
Right? Like, well, I got nothing else. I might as well throw Ben Stevenson out there. Who the fuck?
Hey,
knows?
he did all right for me this week. He got like 11. So as a midfielder.
Yeah.
Did all right. All right. OTWs of the weeks. All right. So my guy.
We're not having the same start of the week.
Probably not. My start of the week is a guy that's been around the block once or twice, maybe 300 or so times. And he's going to have a nice matchup because it's going to be fairly open, and he's probably going to have the tee once again. And I don't see why this is not going to go well for him. So my start of the week is for what was this, round 9? Jeez, whatever round his premiership round is, the former England man and current series utility man, Alex Good.
Yeah, that's
Mr. 339.
He was on my list. And it's mine's also not going to be Alex Mitchell, because that's another one that's too easy. And
Van Sale's been an asshole to scrum halves. I will say that.
That's true.
I'll give him credit.
But my start of the week is going to be Bernhard Janssen van Rensburg.
Ooh, okay. Interesting.
Because I'm still, especially if I don't know if Witten's healthy. I'm not sure what's going on there.
Might do them more good than not if he isn't.
Right. So this is my, if Bernhard is playing and Witten is playing as I expect him to, Bernhard's going to just
make life miserable for
him. Yeah, he will. Yeah, it'll be another early exit for Witten, likely, and not in a good way.
Probably,
because it won't be. Well, tactically, no, it won't be a tactical, because that's not. Baxter doesn't tactically sub Witten only when he dies.
Yeah, only when he comes an inch from death, right?
Right.
All right, sit from the match you just mentioned. Guy's been pretty poor, and he's going against a team that just generally are dicks to 10s. So doesn't really make me sad to say that my sit of the week for this round of the Prem is the Exiles number 10.
Yeah, it's for a fine sit. That's why, like, when I was thinking about for the picking of them, that one was a hard one, because first that Exiles 10 has been poor, certainly, and this is a gettable match. But no matter what happens, I don't think he's going to score well. So yes, I agree with that. Mine is also from that same. Wait, hold on. Yeah, same match, other side of the coin.
Say Exeter and
yeah. Exeter. I'm going with Ollie Woodburn.
Okay.
His last 3 starts, he has 10.8 points total.
Oof.
One of them was like a 7.2 match. So he's not. Yeah. It's not going well for him. He's come out at halftime twice in a row. I know this time he had to come out. He kind of took a some sort of knock early and tried to play through it and had to come off at half. Even if he plays this week, I don't like the matchup, and he is still going to be banged up a little. And
yeah, he doesn't have the help either,
right?
Apart from Hodge, obviously. But,
exactly.
Yeah, so, maybe if Simmons is playing and they let him loose, but
right,
that hasn't been a thing. Really.
To me, I'd have Hodge at. I'm sorry, I'd have Hodge at wing and Simmons at 15 again. If I guess Skinner would have to be healthy for that.
Yeah, Skinner's that might be the one bugaboo right now. Skinner's not healthy.
We'll but of course, if I was setting that lineup, the forwards would be massively different too. So what are you going to do?
Yeah, that's the truth. That is the truth. Good God. All right. Bath and Leicester. We're going pick 'em. I have a 1-game lead once again. Huzzah. Listen, I felt gross making that pick, but I was just like, oh, it felt like it was going to be a gross match, so
Yeah.
it fit.
I'm
Yeah,
picking the
Bath and
hosts in
Leicester.
this one.
Are you?
Yeah. Leicester haven't played in a bit. They're missing
No, they
they're
did
missing
play
their
last weekend, but
yeah, yeah. But they're missing some of their best players though. Like
I don't know.
who's
I'm not arguing with that.
who's their scrum half going to be? This is what that's what.
Wiggles.
Yeah, and I love Wiggles, but it's kind of like that. And who's their 10 going to be?
Well, if it's Charlie, I'm fucking all about it.
Yeah, but is he going to be? Is he ready to play for them?
I don't know, but honestly, like he better be at least on the bench so they can
Yeah.
break glass in case of emergency.
Right. I'm not. I guess I'm just not feeling it. So I don't know. I don't like what Leicester have to offer, and I like the way Bath have been playing. And Leicester aren't the team of old either. They're not their last year team. They're not their wagon that they were last year. They're
No, I know,
they're
but
beatable.
I don't
And Bath are surprisingly cunty this year.
know. Yeah, it sounds like from what we've heard,
Mm-hmm.
that's Van Grant style. So,
Mm-hmm.
all right, yeah, I am taking the Tigers though.
Okay.
Gloucester and Newcastle, I am taking the host here. Definitely,
Yeah.
they're gonna be annoyed. Skip's probably fired some rockets up some bums.
Right.
I'm gonna give it to them.
And it's a different opponent too. Like sail away is just not
right.
No,
Right.
that's a hellish landscape right there.
Mm-hmm.
And they're not Sail aren't really missing anyone for Autumn Nations. So it's like, hey, we just have our team. They have guys missing for injury. That's about it.
Yeah, I got a few guys. That's about it.
Yeah, Tui's out there, but he's barely played for them anyway. So
right.
They're used to playing without him.
Yeah. Exeter and London Irish.
Hosts.
Yeah, that's probably the one thing that's doing it for me is the fact that they're at home.
Because like the Irish are the better team, but obviously it's different.
Like poo in a lot of ways.
Exactly. Well, both of these teams are poo.
Definitely.
And Irish, I think, are slightly less smelly poo. Like,
they've been covered in poopery.
Right. It's like decorative poo. Like there's some fun stuff there to work with. All right. I have lost the plot on this one. No, but there's good stuff there. But you go to Exeter and it's like going to Sale. Like it's just you're automatically like the field is mud kind of thing.
I can't stop laughing. God damn it. I don't know why this is so funny. I think I just needed a laugh. I don't know why.
Go God for
damn it. You and your poo jokes. God. Jeez,
yeah, I just can't see them winning. And because the Irish are just not, I can't see them winning on the road at Exeter. They don't have it takes some testicles to get that done. And I don't think the Exiles have a set right now.
No, they better find them.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna take some real guts to get
they're there. They're there. It's just they're underdeveloped.
Yep.
They don't have the chutzpah to
seek out those guts there, big guys.
Right. This is like one of those like all you need is the guts to win this, and they don't have that. They have everything else. They have the talent and ability. They just they can't go to that place that you need to go to win this match.
Sometimes, yeah. Go to dark places sometimes.
Unless Exeter just shit the bed, which is also possible because they
completely possible
play down to opponents. But even with that, it's still hard.
Yeah. Sunday match series in Northampton. This one's going to be on early. Damn it.
Yeah, I'm going with the hosts again.
Yeah, I am too. I'm going with Boys in Black
because again, like the Saints, their defense is poor, and I'm trusting McCall here again that he will open the game up when he needs to.
Well, they'll be back on the fast track too. Hopefully, the weather will not be complete butt like it was this past weekend.
Yeah, let's see if there's a.
I mean, the weather report for London's always going to read kind of meh,
right?
But hopefully, it's just less meh than it
Well,
was
there's
last
no
weekend at
rain.
Action Gate.
Right. There's no rain. It's like 60 degrees. Maybe
All right.
maybe cloudy.
That could be good.
That's fine. That's good.
Yeah,
That'll
be
take.
fine. You can open that up. So this
Right.
could be a fun game to watch in that case.
Exactly.
Because Saints know how to score, but they also just don't know how to stop anybody. So
Right. And to me, yeah, that's why I think Sarries, not only because they're home, but because they have the defense. And
yeah, they'll reach in there when it matters.
Yeah, and they've got the depth as a club to, because Saints, they're both hurting. They both are missing people who are away in Autumn Nations, but like they, that doesn't make that doesn't take too much away from the Sarries defense. They can all defend.
No, the old Wolfpack, man.
It's just, and they're good enough to find gaps with a bad against a bad defense, and Saints are a bad defense.
Yeah, they have some classy attackers out there.
Right.
All right. Okay. That'll
And
do.
it still reminds me that, like I said, I had the thought about Johnny May and Jack Noel being on the England squad, and it's crazy because, like, even if you took both of them and you put them on Sarries, they'd probably be the slowest wingers on the team.
Yeah.
And that includes Lewington and Maitland, which is saying something, which,
yeah,
these guys are not fast, but they can.
Yeah, Lewington's very quick. He gets some credit for it. Maitland, not so much, but
not so much.
Yeah, so he'd probably be in the same category as those three or those two, excuse me, but would still probably get the nod because he just knows the team better. Yeah. That's all.
So, and but I'm saying that just to be like that the Sarries still have guys who can run a little bit.
Totally.
And that May and Noel suck and shouldn't be on the national team because they can't run anymore.
No longer. Okay. That'll do for this. Ow. Smashing shit on my hand over here. Fantasy Rugby Podcast at gmail.com for questions, lineup advice, all that shit.
We'll get our short out again.
Yep. And then we'll make sure that we get the Patreon content out there as well. What else did I miss? Tweet at Ben or I if you have any questions, or if you just want to annoy the shit out of us, doesn't matter, that's fine. Yeah, and that'll be that. Loads of rugby to watch this weekend. Once again, don't miss that World Cup final. Do not. You will.
And the third place match. That's going to be a cracker too.
That should be good too. Yes, I agree.
A little bit of a French-Canadian rivalry. That should be fun.
We are French. No, we are French. We are more French. Maybe.
Love the fishing in Quebec.
Great fishing in Quebec. Oh crap! But until then, we will get. If you love the other pod, then we'll see you there. If not, if you're only back for this stuff, we'll see you on that next week. And we appreciate you all for listening to us and hanging out with us and supporting us in the ways you do. We'll talk to you all soon. Have a good one.
Later.